Wadla on the side of Mataludi. We got in 3 or 4 times there. He put in a good cross. Kakora should have scored on the far post, and that could have changed things dramatically, to go 1-0 up so early in the game. We didn't take that chance, and as usually is the case, opponent gets their first chance and puts it in the back of the net, So that was the disappointing part. The first big chance that we got, the same happened against Kekune. We didn't take it, and then the opponent takes the first chance that they create. So that is a little bit of the quality that we just need to improve in the final third. I thought the defensive structure wasn't too bad. There were times where when we conceded, we had to throw numbers forward, and we got caught on the break a few times, and that's normal. But I just think we need a little bit more creativity, a little bit more quality in the attacking third, which we're not getting from the team at the moment. So it's a lot of work on the training field to try and improve the players that we've got. And I believe that, with the group of players, they're honest players. We don't have the budget to get the big names here. So we managed to put the strongest team we could together. And as a technical team, it's our job now to try and get the best out of them. So it's work in progress, and it's important we start putting points on the board so that we keep the pressure off the players, because the first people that feel the pressure is the players. A lot of work ahead of us, and it's nice. Next game comes in 3 or 4 days' time against Arrow, so you don't have to wait too long to try and rectify matters.
What did you make of the offside call after he scored the goal?
Listen. No VAR. I'm not in line with the ball. I'm not one to comment on something I'm not sure of. It would have been nice if it stood, but it is what it is.
And Coach, compared to the first game performance, encouraging?
Oh, very encouraging. I thought it was a big improvement on the Skekune performance. We looked a bit nervous against Kekune, and as I anticipated, we played with a little bit more freedom, a little bit more confidence, which is good for a young team like this. And we'll keep growing with every game, We just have to make sure that we put points on the board early so that the pressure doesn't mount on the players and the club. So that's our aim in the next 2-3 games, is to make sure that we do just that. But it's just basically getting on the training field and working on our shortcomings, which we've got. But when the games are every 2 or 3 days, you've basically got 1 day to recover and 1 day to train. And the day that you train, it can't be a full session. It's got to be part region, part session. So it's not easy when you don't have a week of training to prepare the team, especially when you're looking to improve certain areas. But we'll just try and improve them. Like I said, an honest group of players that all we can do is work hard with them on the training field, and hopefully they will improve in the next game.
How would you like to recover from these 2 defeats? Looking at the next two games, maybe the next game you're going to KZN to Golden Arrows. How would you like to recover from
the only way to recover is by getting a result. So you got to go to Durban and come away with something. That's the only way to recover, and that's exactly what we'll try and do. Try and put the strongest team out there to go to Durban and fight for points. And that's all we can basically do right now. We give the players our support as a technical team and management, and ask them to put their bodies on the line for the club. And sometimes when you least expect it, you get the result. My experience in the game has taught me that, so I won't be surprised if in the next few games we get a result that absolutely nobody expects us to get.
Coach, you brought back Wonder Boy. What was his performance for you today?
I didn't bring him back. Wonder Boy didn't play the last game because of the Skekune loan agreement. So that's the reason why he didn't play. He would have started last week. So very, very pleased. That effort he gives us, the movement he gives us. His attitude is infectious, and everybody else has got to support the way they see him do things. He had the armband today, and he led by example. Very, very pleased. I always am. People always talk about Wonder Boy the player, and I love Wonder Boy the person more than the player. He's an amazing human being. I've got a lot of time for him, and the goals will come for him. He's that type of striker, but we as a team need to create, not just for Wonder Boy, for any of our strikers. We need to start creating a little bit better chances for them to stick away.
Coach, does losing 2 games on your streak put you under pressure, or you shouldn't get too much into it?
This word pressure, what is it? I don't know what it is, because coaches live with it. So for me, there is no pressure. I've got a contract, and I will work until the club sees otherwise, thinks otherwise. So I've been too long in the game to feel pressure after 2 games, you know. So maybe the younger coaches will feel it, but for me, for the boys who work so hard, I feel for them. You train so hard, you've had such a long 12-week preseason, and then you don't get the reward at the end. It's a bit disheartening for them. So that's why I say the moment we do get that first win, it's going to go to the boys because they're putting in the hard work. They may not get the rub of the green at the moment, you know. There was one ball that came in again from Ngwadla and it bounced off the keeper. Maloisan was in there and they saved it on the line. Another one, the keeper makes a save from Kakora's header. So these situations, another one disallowed. So these type of situations, usually when you not getting the results, the ball doesn't bounce for you, you know. But the only thing that changes things for you is hard work. You know, they say that the harder you work, the luckier you become. So that's all we've got to do now as a club, work extremely hard to try and get a positive result in the next game.
Coach, one thing that you do is that whenever you get to score a goal, the team gets into a rhythm. I guess that's what you're waiting for, that one goal.
It's always the case, yeah. You know, whether it's a striker or whether it's a team, the moment you break that duck and you start putting in the goals, it becomes infectious, like I've said, and the team starts to believe a little bit more. The confidence in the group is lifted, and that's exactly what we need now. We need in the next few games to get that result and that performance that can give the boys the confidence they deserve, because like I said, a nice group of boys, hardworking and honest, and they deserve more than what they've got in the last 2 games.
Coach, what do you make of Vandala? I mean, it's the Betway Premiership. Everybody comes in, they look at him, they're just going to pull him around and stuff like that. But it keeps on showing that it's nothing. It's just the same as
Ngwadla.
Yeah, Ngwadla.
Oh, yes, yeah. I thought you said Vandala. It's
Sorry.
Ngwadla. No. He's a kid I've worked with before, you know, in Durban, and I know his qualities. Often coaches and opposition look at him, he's so small, and they think, what's this under 16 kid doing on the pitch? And once he touches the ball, you start to respect him a lot more. Again, an amazing player who also needs a little bit of luck. You know, he's working so hard. He's such a good professional, and he came through the Cape Town City DDC. You know, they deemed him surplus to requirements because of his size, and now he's proving that he can play at this level. You know, so. Very, very happy for him, you know. He was the live wire for us today in so many attacking moments, and he's going to grow and get even better with more experience in the league.